start with a little bit of hand sanitizer here, my brother.
Yes.
How we doing? It's Caleb and Jacob Rendell here. We're doing our, here we go, this will help actually. Now we're ready. We got the hand sanitizer. Jacob and Caleb here with you with Daily Pause, and couldn't be more excited. Jacob's joining me in the guest house casita to do a little bit here, but I'm going to let Jacob take it away because he's got some awesome stuff to share with us this morning. But Jacob, let me start with this question. In the theme that we're in right now of pause, what does that look like in the Rendell home? What does that look like for you guys as a family, kind of the daily? What's going on? Talk to us.
Yeah. Thanks, Caleb. So Rendell home, we've got 4 boys at home, 8, 6, 4, and 2. Nolan, Daniel, Hudson, and Declan, not in that order. And it's nuts. So my bent, it's so interesting, this idea of pause for me, my bent is always just to be running nonstop. That's always been everything for me, is just moving. And part of that is as an escape from not having to deal with reality. And if I can stay nose deep in work, that's easier.
Sure.
I mean, at least I think it's easier, and then reality hits.
Yeah.
And so there's a piece of, okay, how can I prep for all of next year's Bible studies? How can I prep for all of next year's, like trying to think of all these things that I've said, okay, these are future things that I'm going to get done. But now let me use this pause to not pause and do all of these other things.
Yeah.
And so I've been in that mode, and in that I've been just working a ton, and that there's some beauty and good in that. But there's also now the reality that Morgan is single mom and at home with 4 kids, trying to do all of this stuff herself.
Totally.
And she's done an amazing job at really being able to create kind of some projects around, being able to give the boys a creative outlet. And it is so perfect, actually, with Lisa's on Wednesday, her daily pause, of talking about the bookends, right? The bookends of reading the Bible in the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. And Nolan, my son, was actually in the middle of making these bookends at home. And so he painted these up, got them ready, like mountaintop style bookends, and it's just such a beautiful picture of that same piece. So now every time I see these, that's what I think about, which is cool. So we've been doing a lot of that. Morgan showed me this picture that she took of Declan and Hudson, or Declan and Daniel, who are 4 and 6, and they were doing some math. We got some books off Amazon to be able to just do some math work and stuff, and they did that for about 10 minutes. And then they both had their shirts off, and they looked like they had just red and purple chicken pox because they started using their markers as swords and stabbing each other. So it's a lot of that.
Like looking like Braveheart, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
War paint.
I came home, and Declan had a big triangle and diamond on his forehead.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a lot of those, a lot of big size, and okay, where does that chaos, and like how do we allow that chaos to be a beautiful thing and not just, oh, my house has never been messier and it's always messy. So this is
Club.
yeah, right. So trying to find that balance, trying to find that just how it works. What does this look like, and how do we pause? And so for me, I think it's been a kind of a crazy picture.
Awesome, bud. Give us a little bit of something that the Lord is putting on your heart, something He's teaching you through this pause, maybe a verse, maybe a thought. What's been going on personally in your heart?
Yeah, thanks, man. One of the verses that's been so big for me, really all of 2020 so far, has been from Galatians 5. And at the very beginning, Paul says, "It's for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm and do not submit again to a yoke of slavery." And to leave it right there, I think it's easy to think about this time for me in my house, and this idea of pause, really, of, man, I feel like a slave in my house. I feel like I'm now subjugated to being stuck in my home. I have to do these things. I'm in this place of, I can't leave. I can't go to the restaurants. I can't do whatever. I'm stuck. And to twist my thinking a little bit of, what's the freedom that I get in this? What is the freedom that Christ is calling me to in the midst of being stuck indoors, being stuck in my house. And so as he continues down, I say down because I'm scrolling on my Bible app, but Galatians 13, he continues in that freedom. It's for you were called to freedom, only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another. And it just, it's easy for me to forget about other people's sensibilities in the midst of all of this stuff. It's easy for me to think about, oh, hey, come on over to my house. I don't care. We already had these plans. Let's keep them. And really that call from God of, as I love other people, that means honoring and loving their experience in this process. And it means loving them enough to, hey, I already have to go and make a grocery run. Can I pick some up for you? Can I get this? Can I help protect you in your season, in your piece of this moment, to be able to come alongside you in a way that is still honoring and safe and filled with lots of hand sanitizer.
Pharrell for the win.
But how do I do that in a way that excites that freedom that Christ has given me? And it doesn't mean that I won't still jump on Warzone with Wake Brown later today, or that I'm not gonna like play 27 games of Rummy with my kids. Like there's still that beauty in there that gets to happen. But how do I use that freedom in a way to be able to bless and love the people around me?
Dude, I love that so much. And for me, it thinks about, like, I've been thinking a ton during this pause. It has been really kind of almost self-serving. Like, how am I using this time to almost like improve myself, right? Like change my patterns and habits and rhythms. But that's right. If at the end of the day, it doesn't point us back to love, we're maybe missing the point a little bit. So, dude, I love that so much. And thanks for joining me today. Daily Pause. Thank you guys for joining in. Hope this blessed you. Hope you have a phenomenal day. Keep those hands clean. And we love you guys. Later.
Take it easy.